star showdown. The rivalry once thought dead and gone, but it is back. And now we find out who gets the right to lay claim to the football-obsessed state of Texas. This matchup has had all kinds of great moments, and we're ready for some more. Welcome to Kyle Field in College Station, Texas. It's the Texas Longhorns and the Texas A&M Aggies. Alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
Hey guys, checking in with the Texas head coach before the game. Their game plan is really centered around throwing the ball today. Why? Their quarterback has a chance to go down in history. They want to get the win first and foremost, but second on their mind, making sure that this beloved young man who has meant so much to this team has a chance for his name to go down in history as the most passing yards ever at this school. We'll see if they get him the ball early and often, get that passing game and rhythm going here so they get a win and some history to start this game. Guys?
Appreciate that, Holly. Texas A&M set to kick off to christen this game. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. Here's Brown to begin the drive. Gain of right at 7 yards, 2nd and 3 coming. It's pretty obvious what's at stake here, guys. A top 10 matchup, winner, good shot at the playoff, and the loser is probably going to need some help.
Yeah, so further cementing your resume, making that exclamation point on the schedule, giving that committee something to look at and go, here's a top 10 win. This is a big deal for my schedule. Big proving moment.
And that's why you play football for one of these two programs, for games like this, for the opportunity to reach the college football playoff. You knew these two teams were on a collision course. That's the opportunity ahead of you to go get it done in front of a lot of eyeballs watching.
The Longhorns come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Here's Arts to throw. Looking to take a shot. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
A give to Brown. On the stop.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Third down from the gun, Manning. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
And that's a welcome sight for this defense, man. You got 4 sacks last week. They talked about it. Getting to the quarterback, pressuring him, making him feel uncomfortable. To do it on the first drive, to set the tone, to show him we're coming just like we were last week. It's a good start by this defense.
Using his legs, it's Owens. Nowhere to go.
Well, Well, to say that this guy was unblockable in their last game is definitely an understatement. He was living in the opponent's backfield, and he does it again very early in this one, David. And I know he was a guy this offensive line and this coaching staff were concerned about, and early on, they don't have an answer for him.
I'm about to say that they still have the concerns because, geez, early on, he's in the backfield right away. Got to have some kind of an answer, man. First of all, maybe not run towards his side. Secondly, maybe we double team him, but there's got to be a plan because when you get near him, bad things happen for your offense.
Here's Reed to throw. Still looking. Trying to make that. It's a fumble. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. And he had an opportunity there to make something out of nothing, but things just got sideways and the ball came free.
I just like the effort on defense, okay? They couldn't get to the quarterback initially in the pocket. He starts scrambling, and they don't quit. You saw all of the effort of everybody pursuing the QB, catching up to him, and then creating the fumble. Awesome job.
Hand off for Brown. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and I think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this.
Caught. He gets it in. Touchdown, Longhorns. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Craver. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Aggies offense out to start this drive. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. It gets you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
Give to the running back. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4. Texas A&M going quickly. Drives inside. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. 4th down, Reed. He unleashes a long one. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Arch Madness. Over the middle, complete to Coleman. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. And the Longhorns have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Here's Brown. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Longhorns!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Straight ahead, it's Owens. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. Did Bevo really get his name after altering a brand on his backside put there by Texas A&M students? So many questions to answer since 1894, guys.
Well, and that's what's so cool about this rivalry. When you have the back and forth and who did what, going all the way back to 1894, Reese's first birthday, what an amazing rivalry.
There have been a lot of good players during that stretch, too. Think about Ricky Williams from the Horns, Johnny Manziel, Texas A&M. So many great coaches have patrolled the sidelines in this rivalry for years. You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Throwing, Reed. Catch in the middle, it's Johnson. And they'll move the chains, and a good way to wrap up the first quarter. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Gonna run it. It's Edwards. He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be 2nd and long.
I don't like the play call. You're down this much against the best run defense in the entire country. You're just smashing your face against the wall. You're not going to get it done. To win this game, you're going to have to throw the ball to get back in it.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Reed. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
And those are frustrating. Like, those drops really annoy you because those running backs are always asking to be more a part of the game plan. Get the ball more, touch it more. An awesome opportunity in the pass game to make a play, ball right in his hands, and that is a missed opportunity.
He's going to change things up against this defensive look. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Marcel Reed. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you know, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
4th down and 10, and barely a thought of kicking it. They'll go for it. Reed to throw for it on 4th. Incomplete pass, and the defense comes up big, and they take over.
Well, great defense on that one. They were ready for pass, and they forced the incompletion. They're coming off the field. That's a big win for this defense.
The Texas offense makes its way out to begin the drive. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Arch is going to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds. The 12th man putting a stamp on this game right now and bringing it on 3rd down. Manning trying to quiet this crowd. Grabs it inside the 10. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up.
And an early completion for this dude, but you'll see a lot of that. I mean, he's been unreal this season. Like, spreading the football around, multiple guys. Every game you look up, he's putting up huge numbers. This offense is built around his ability to throw the football, and that's why he's one of the best in all of college football.
Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd and goal. Heftiness coming out on the goal line. They'll run with Brown. Looking for the end zone. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Texas.
Man, I've been really impressed with this offense this first half. Coming in a hostile environment, hostile crowd. Man, they haven't given them anything to cheer about. Offense, defense, now up 20-0, and these people are eerily quiet in here.
No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Aggies offense will have another go at it. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game, and you could just
Gets away from one, finds room. He's stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain.
And that's the dangerous part about this offense, man. They'll get the ball out to a receiver. They can do that. They can make plays after the catch. Hard to bring down, hard to tackle. That's why this offense can be so explosive.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Reed. Turns it upfield. He's guided out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 6-yard line, and this defense has to be reeling. To the air, it's Reed. Fires to the end zone. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. Touchdown, Texas! And they turn it into a defensive score.
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Here's Reed to throw. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Texas A&M going up tempo. Quarterback changing the play. Wants to go up top on second down. Unloads to the right. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up third down.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack first down. You've just thrown an incompletion, so third in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Throwing Reed. Out of the backfield, he's open. There he goes. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. And the offense with no intention to draw the defense off sides. They want to run on fourth down. Pulls it. The pitch. And he will not get there. How about this defense stopping that run short? Great place to start for this offense. Here's Manning to throw. Spits it out to the back. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
It's never easy on defense being in a sudden change situation like this. On the very first snap, they take a shot. You're backed up almost in your red zone. Great job forcing an incompletion now to catch your breath, get some momentum.
Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorn. And they take it in for 6 more points.
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. It seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with the big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Reed. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Throws into the middle of the field. Makes a deep grab. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
And that is a big-time play for the offense. The defense knew coming into this game they had to keep this guy bottled up and keep him in the pocket. That didn't happen there. He was able to buy time, extend the play. Receivers are in scramble drill mode. He finds a guy. He's accurate, off schedule, and the defense now has to do a much better job keeping this guy contained, or they're going to get lit up just like that.
Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Intercepted! intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they've got it at the 49. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Throwing Manning. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
This defense needed something to happen to create some momentum back to their side. They built a deficit. QB's been very comfortable making plays. Exactly what you needed. Put some...
Going downfield for the big play. He's got it inside the 15. Running free, going to the end zone, but way back behind him, there's a flag on the field. Here comes the offense on second down. The DBs will back off a bit. Back to throw, it's Manning. They're all over him. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
In most instances, I would say really, really nice decision by the quarterback. But when you've got speed like this guy has, I think he'd sometimes, instead of throwing it away, would like to see him take off and see if he can go make something with his feet.
They'll try to move the sticks with Brown. Timeout taken here by the Aggies. That'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. The Longhorns will call on their punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Behind to crease, it's Edwards. Stopped in the backfield as his defense doesn't want to let anything slip through here late in the half.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Reed. Looking for a huge play. And he throws another interception, his third of the night. Not a lot of room on the return, but he'd already gotten the most important thing, the ball, and they have it at the 46.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Oh, pressure's coming. And they got it. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connors.
A lot of scoreboard watching today, fellas, but fear not, Week 13, we've got you covered here on the College Football Update Show. We begin with Texas Tech taking on the number 10 team, the TCU Horned Frogs. And it's the Red Raiders with a statement victory here in a surprising result. Going into this game, they did not look like the better team. And that caps off a banner season for this club, 10-2.
So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this third quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head. That was a TKO. It was all...
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, Tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big third down conversion by this offense.
Running inside, it's Owens. Got the first down. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. Texas A&M going quickly. Here's Reed to throw. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35.
All right, this offense needs to come up with a solution for this defensive end because he is a problem. They have got to find a way to help out the offensive tackle to prevent this guy from getting to the quarterback.
Rush right in his face. Right side, it's Horton. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. The Aggies come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Trying to run, it's Owens. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on fourth down, trailing by double figures. They'll take the penalty and move them back. This offense has a 1st and 10. They are flat bailed out by the defensive penalty. On the run, it's Owens. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Well, this is very interesting because now down here in the red zone, you know it's not going to be easy throwing it because the windows are small. Can they run the ball against the best run defense in the entire nation? This is as big a challenge as you're going to find offensively.
Throwing Reed. Escapes the pressure to his right. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup.
Well, a great job making the tackle there. Now setting up third down in your own red zone. This is a stop you have to come up with. You want to give up field goals in this area of the field, not touchdowns.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Calls his own number. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and what a big third down stop by this defense. With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on fourth down. Changing the routes with his receivers. Marcel Reed to throw for it on fourth. Gets drilled as he throws. The big pressure on fourth down, and they'll get it back.
Love the coverage on defense there. Fourth down. They were ready for the pass. And you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
Oh, he's got some space. Gets it to the 42-yard line.